Looks like Pola-Mao gonna be the odd man out. He might get traded or something. I don't know. I don't know. What you guys think? Welcome back. You on the BART. Next stop, secondary street. Talking corners and safeties. Let's go.
Just win, baby.
Yo, 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 what's goody in your hoodie? You on the BART, Bay Area Raider Talk, brought to you by the EBH Black Show. It's your boy, Black the quarterback. Back to finish this commitment to new excellent series. I started from the top down, not the player up, because that's how you win championships. That's what I keep trying to tell people, and we finally starting to get it right. So I broke it down from the top all the way to the bottom. This is the last one. We got the draft tomorrow, starting tomorrow, and we're doing the corners and safety. Probably the most controversial unit out of all the units I've done. So I'm looking forward to this one. Go ahead and hit that like button. What's good with y'all? What's good? Where y'all at? Where y'all hacking in from? Put your area code in where you hacking in from. I need to know where the nation resides. There's only one nation, Raider Nation. So we talking secondary today, peoples. And based on the PFF tracking for the 25 season, the Raiders was a secondary unit of extremes. While they found a legitimate foundation piece in Stokes, the rest was a struggle, and we had problems with consistency. So it led to an aggressive personnel change in this 2026 offseason. And here are the PFF overall grades for the key players and members of the secondary. The cornerbacks. We're going to talk about the cornerbacks. The cornerbacks from last year. We gotta, before we know where we going, we gotta know where we coming from. What's up with it, Bruce Willis? Raider Ryan was great. Money was good. And money. What's up with y'all? I see you. Texas. 5-1. You already know the nickel and dime. Yeah. All right, let's get to it. So, all right, the cornerback room featured one of the biggest surprises, and y'all know what that was. That was Eric Stokes. Shout out to Red. You know, it was a big contrast with the other corners we had, a bunch of young corners. We threw a few people out there and tried to see if we could make something fit, but we couldn't get it to fit. So Eric Stokes had a 74.3 PFF rating. It was he had a massive bounce back from his year from being injured. He was ranked 17th amongst all NFL cornerbacks. His most impressive stat was allowing just 47.47 yards per coverage snap. You hear that? That's 0.47 yards per coverage snap, the lowest rate in the entire league. Darien Porter, now he came in, it was a little shaky, at a 54.4. You know, while he showed a little bit of physical traits, his grade reflects a typical rookie wall. He was targeted mostly because Stokes was locking it down on the other end, which led to, a lower consistency score. And then we had Caillou Blue Kelly. It's Caillou. I liked Caillou a little bit. And I was hoping that he got a little bit more time, but he did get some time back in there. And it's just tough on them rookies that first year, that rookie wall for sure. So he was a 51.9. He struggled to find a rhythm in the rotation role. He was often getting penalized and beat on intermediate routes. So that's what led to him kind of getting shuffled out of there for Porter. And so the safety grades highlights why the Raiders front office is currently prioritizing a need for that position. Jeremy Chinn came in with a 69.6 rating. He was a reliable glue guy on that defense. While his coverage grade was average, his run defense and tackling grades were among the best in the room, keeping him as a top 30 safety league wide. Pola-Mao, controversial. Like this guy. 39.8. Terrible. That's terrible. Despite some despite despite his highlight reel week 4 performance, where he graded a 78.2. The season-long grade suffered due to misassignments in coverage and deep coverage and his missed tackle rate. We're gonna talk about him a little bit later. We're gonna end the show with him because I gotta argue with the nation on him. I think a lot of people are out on him, so we're gonna talk about that. Then we have Lonnie Johnson at 43.7. He was primarily used as a depth piece. He struggled and he was forced into a larger role mid-season following injuries. So let's see. And so he kind of got some burn. You know, we were so bad last year. A lot of players got to get some burn, which was good. Speaking of burning, I smelled it. And so it was a good thing. It was a gift and a curse. Now we had a new addition. We add like Johnny Gill, Taron Johnson. So he was at 86.9 with Buffalo. The Raiders, we traded him in 24. We traded for him. He was getting ready to get let go by the Packers. We snatched him up. So his 86.9 grade was last year was he led all safety and nickels in the NFL, adding to this 80 plus grade player in the room where the average was the 50s. So that's why they very optimistic about him this year. We traded with him with Buffalo. Yeah, yeah. All right. Let's take a I have a question for y'all. Do you guys think Pete Carroll and Patrick Graham's scheme hindered our defense? We kind of went to a different type of defense, and it was year one. What do y'all think? How y'all felt about our defense, or especially specifically the corners and safety position? Yep, like Stokes. Yeah, hopefully it was due to coaching. I think we was trying some things. Some things were successful, some things were not. Like Adams was successful. We couldn't get any pressure. I think that's what we're gonna work on this year. All right. What are you guys' outlook for the season this year? What is the outlook? The Raiders defense is expected to be much more aggressive under this current regime. Rob Leonard is an aggressive coach, so we're gonna scheme up and we're gonna send pressure and we're gonna stop the run. So um, after last year, our unit struggled to create turnovers. That's one thing that I hear a lot of people saying, and I concur that we need to create turnovers. We need to get the ball back to the offense. We was near the bottom of the league with only 14 takeaways. So we building this year's defense on two pillars: veteran reliability. So with the addition of Taron Johnson and the resigning of Stokes, that suggests that we're going to eliminate the blown assignments. That's the one thing about our defense that we were scheming. If other coordinators counter schemed, then you simply outsmart Patrick Graham, and that's what happened a few times. So we're going to take care of that. And another pillar is we're in the search for a ball hawk. We need to create turnovers on the back end, and I think that's why we're going to just be super aggressive on the front line in our linebackers. We're going to try to get the ball out, make them get the ball out fast, and then our fast corners and our fast safeties can make a play. So I think that's what our philosophy is going to be this year. We're going to have that probably a bend but don't break defense, which we typically have, and hopefully Maxx Crosby and Kwity Paye can get home to the quarterback. Let's talk about these opponents. All right, the cornerback group. The cornerback group is headlined by a major veteran acquisition and several development prospects. They're using it a good thing. Let's take a look at our man, Taron.
To you in the interview before the game, Melissa. Outside, May throws. There he is again. Diggs lost the ball. Lucky to have it bounce. 3rd and 3. Buffalo brings 4. May fires and then is dropped. It was on schedule.
Tua in the pocket, flushed. Eyes downfield, throws along the side. They start with play action. Throws, that's caught. Reaching up for it, making the grab that time. Timeout remaining. Tua to the outside. A-chain, nothing happening there.
As Robinson was to the left, motions quickly to the right side, and Penix across the middle, broken up nicely.
Right, Rousseau on the backside.
Blitz, extra man comes, catches me, but a great catch.
Yeah, what I like about him is he makes open field tackle. That's going to be important because we're going to have a lot of space on our field in our defense. So we're going to rely on our corners to tackle well. And in the new NFL, tackling is a must for corners. So I think he's going to work out. He's more like a nickel, but I don't know what the competition is going to look like in camp. But if he is, he's like a solid nickel. So how many of you guys actually aware of him? Because I never really watched him play all the time. I've seen him play, but I never really super paid attention to him. So did you guys know about him before he came to the Raiders? Let me know. So, but his arrival created a significant shift in how we plan on to handle the middle of the field. So after the Bills released him, they nearly released him because they were trying to save money in the cap space. The Raiders, they came in and pick swap. So they wanted his rights before he could hit the market. Let's take a look at his stats for the 2025 season summary with the Bills. His 25 season was a high volume, but mixed results compared to his 2023 All-Pro campaign. He remained the Iron Man for the Bills' nickel package, but his efficiency took a slight step back. In 13 games, he had 34 solo tackles and 4 pass defense. He did not record an interception or a forced fumble, making a dip change, making a dip in his game, changing play as he's known for. He's known for simply getting a couple turnovers. I think the year before that he had 2 interceptions, had 1, then he had 0, then he had 2, and he had some forced fumbles. So you can't get some turnovers. Did not get no turnovers last year. It's probably why they try to get rid of him, because they don't think he's worth the money. So hopefully a change of scenery will help for him. His PFF performance, he finished with a 60.3 overall defensive grade, while his coverage was respectable. His run defense grade dipped to a career low 44.8, which is not good. We need you to tackle, like I just mentioned. So he struggled at the line of scrimmage, tackling, and that usually is his strength. So, like I said, that might be the reason why he got released. But despite all that, though, they relied on him real heavy, because he played 98% of the snaps, defensive snaps. So one thing that I am concerned about our players, because I see a lot of our players that we picking up, they're going to be good contingent on injury. And, injury is always going to, rear its ugly head. So we just hope it don't bite us like how it did the Warriors. Knock on wood if you hear me. So we didn't trade for him to be a project player. We traded for him to be an immediate solution to that slot cornerback vacancy. So that's what we need from him. Bruce Willis says he's a good pick. He's a big pickup. We need that experience. We do. Cornerback is a position that experience is key. Experience is actually key. What's up with Nutty Raider? So it's good that he's back there, because he could be a primary communicator, because we got to be able to communicate. That's how we had a lot of blown coverages last year. We had Pola-Mao back there, essentially a rookie back there, playing free safety. Then we had Jeremy Chinn coming in, so they didn't really play with each other. So basically, just the communication is going to help more than anything. So and it can help our young players like Darien Porter. So if we can get that nickel defense right, then we should be something to that should be something we should look forward to. So his base salary for 26 is approximately $8 million. For the Raiders, this is calculated bet that a change of scenery will help him regain his all-pro form from 2023. So this is what we expected from him. His PFF grade was 60.3. We expected to rise to about the 70. This is what I put. We expected to get to about the 70 under the new scheme. He had 4 pass defenses. We expect about 8 to 10, because he's going to get targeted a lot in this AFC West division. We throw the ball in, so he's going to get some chances. His primary role right now is a rotational starter. He's a nickel starter. That's what we want him to be coming into this year, as a nickel starter. So we're buying low with him, but the reward could be high. So we're hoping that he can get back to his old form. Question. I heard he's a good pickup. Can he return to his all-pro level? Well, all-pro-ish level. Because that would be kind of unfair to think he's going to be all-pro. Right? Do you think he can get back to that all-pro-ish level? Because he's going to definitely get his chance. Because he's going to get them targets this year. And so hopefully we can create pressure and we can use his experience, and then we can get some turnovers because that's what we need on defense. I did see we did scheme some turnovers this year. Just wasn't enough. Just wasn't enough. What's up with you, Dirty?
What up, Brody? How you doing?
So, I'm good, bro. So, I was just talking about Taron Johnson. You familiar?
Yeah, I'm very familiar. I've been watching you for the last 10 minutes. I was just a little busy. I was in my 2K sports.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was just saying, are you familiar with him just in general in the season? I mean, you know how he play.
Yeah, I am. Played for Buffalo. My brother is a Buffalo fan, so the Bills get a little bit of play on Sundays. You know what I mean? So I see their games, things of that nature. One of the best slot corners, you know what I mean, in the NFL. If not, like, I know he's top 5. I know he's one of the top 5 slot corners in the NFL right now. Not 100% sure where, you know what I mean, in that top 5, you know what I mean, but just being in that top 5 is a win within itself. You know, this is a guy who can cover tight ends, as well as speedy wide receivers. Has an act for getting his hand on for PBUs. So not necessarily always interceptions, but at least getting his hand on the ball, breaking up the pass. It's also a guy who can recognize where the ball is when going to make a tackle and make punch outs. So yeah, I was real thrilled to get this guy. I was thrilled to get him.
Bruce Willis say, when you put on that silver and black, anything possible.
Yeah,
good or bad, right?
Good or bad, anything's possible.
Right. So that's good. I'm glad to see that we got a good solid nickel, because that's where we get beat a lot of times too. Players running across the middle of the field. You know what I'm saying? Like the slot receiver just always keep getting open. Maybe the tight end stay getting open. So that's good. Glad.
It's definitely a plus. It's definitely a plus.
Okay. All right. Stokes. Let's talk about Stokes. He was arguably the biggest success story in the Raiders 2025 season. After a rocky end with his tenure in Green Bay due to injuries, he revitalized his career with the Raiders, earning the title of team solid as a rock, not the corner on lock status for providing elite stability. Well, I won't say elite. We won't go that far, but good stability for the perimeter. So let's check out how a couple little plays he made this year.
Second down, set up a
now it's Crosby lined up across from Pipkins and ball.
Quick pass for the end zone and incomplete.
Ugly games, especially on the road. Williams, couple of hard fakes, fires over the middle, and that's batted down.
Etienne hesitates, kind of powers away. Fake to him, low pass gathered in, but De'Ami Brown can't go anywhere. Lawrence, quick throw, And a quick tackle on ETS.
Lock it up. Take it home. Harvey again.
One thing I can appreciate about him is that he's a willing tackler, right? From the corner position. And because a lot of times what'll happen is a running back will isolate that corner and do like Jitty do, either run over him or run by him, you know, or sometimes both. So he's a fast corner, big guy. So, you know, you see when he tackled, nice wide base. And I didn't really see him mess up too much last year. When he was coming in, I saw an interview, and there was just something about him that made me think that anything's possible with him. And I was happy that he really balled out because they really didn't really try him. And that was mostly because we had a corner on the other side. So, of course, you're going to exploit the corner. But when they did go at him, for the most part, I would say 3/4 of the time he was holding it down. And that's asking a lot out of a corner, especially when we've been depleted the corners for I don't know how long.
Yeah, no, the kid was 10 toes solid, 10 toes down this year, solid, bro. 10 toes down, solid, bro. One of the few corners. Look, I can appreciate the tackling and all of that, but what's even more impressive is that he's one of the few. He's only one of a few corners that didn't give up a touchdown this year. You know what I mean? And it wasn't a lot of corners that did that. He was one of few that gave up no touchdowns this year. So, you know, he has no touchdowns against him as a Raider. Hopefully that this year it'll continue. You know what I mean? Aside from them not going at him, you don't go at corners that prove that you're not going to get anything done against them. Regardless of who we had on the other side, he still is him. You know what I mean? He's still him. He's not somebody else. He's not whatever else we had on the other side. He is when they turn on film, they decide not to go at him because they don't like what they see on film. So, you know, it may not be interceptions, but it damn sure ain't going to be completes because he didn't give up a lot of completions either. So giving up no touchdowns, giving up very few completions, that sounds like somebody that somebody gave up on and they said, fuck him. I got a chip on my shoulder. I'm going to bounce back. Watch me be a star. That's what I watched this year. I watched him be a star. I watched him earn his contract that we gave him. And I look forward to the future.
Yeah, one thing with him was, yes, it's the injury thing. So this year he played a career high 16 starts, but he provided lockdown coverage. His PFF performance grade was a 73.6 overall, ranked 18th out of 114 qualified cornerbacks. His coverage grade was 73.5, was amongst the best in the league, placing him in the top 20 at his position. And so, you know what, Dirty? I'm going to have to agree with you, bro. When they was looking at the tape, they did not like the chances going over there, and they opt out to go at the corner, at the rookie. Because you could mix it up for sure, because you could be equally saying, well, let's test him because he was injured. You know what I'm saying? So we could test him too and just mix it up. But they obviously saw some things on film that made them be like, maybe we shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So,
you know, and another reason he stayed healthy this year, you know, another reason he stayed healthy this year is the fact that we have one of the best training staffs, bro, in the NFL. Like, we had some injuries last year, but they weren't big like other teams be having. You know what I mean? We just had some small, minute things that, you know, hindered us in certain situations. but nothing like these other teams, bro. We wasn't losing players for the whole season. You know what I mean? We not losing people to broken arms and torn pectoral muscles.
Pectorials.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Bro, that's an injury you get from overlifting. You know what I mean? People don't believe me when I say it, but bro, a torn pectoral muscle is from overlifting. That's the training staff allowing them to push themselves beyond the limits of what their body is accustomed to and what they can actually do. And then they end up hurt. That's an injury you get in the weight room and you take it to the field and then it tears even more. So we don't allow our players to do that. You know what I mean? We had that issue. We stopped them from that. We haven't had that issue in like a couple of years, bro. So, you know, for me, you know, that's like Denzel Perryman. Denzel Perryman came here. He did not have the same injuries he had when he was with the Chargers. You know what I mean? So for me, you gotta take your hats off for the training staff and give them a round of applause because they keep a lot of our players healthy. If Maxx Crosby was on another team, Maxx Crosby wouldn't be able to go as many games as he goes. You know what I mean? Because their staff is not equipped to handle that. You know, so
plus we got state-of-the-art facility too, for sure. So
yeah, we're the interim mountain healthcare, bro. It's on the side of the building. Yeah. You can't have a shitty training staff with interim healthcare on the side of your building, bro.
That's real. That's fact. That's fact.
Yeah.
So let's see. Stokes, his coverage passer rating was 77.2, one of the lowest on the team. He allowed just 0.6 yards per coverage snap, which tied for the lowest among all NFL corners with at least 200 snaps. He had 53 tackles, 35 solo, and 5 pass defenses. While he didn't have any interceptions, he stopped it. He stopped everything else but that. He did everything else but that. He was a eraser. So he was locking down the wide receiver ones, and he definitely was a scheme problem, like Dirty said. So he played over 1,000 snaps. So his foot and hamstring injury that plagued his 23-24 seasons look like they're behind him. Knock on wood, if you hear me. So, right. So what did we expect from him this year? Because he had such a good performance this year. You know what I'm saying? What can we expect from him this year? He got the bag. We gave him a 3-year, $30 million contract. 20 of it guaranteed. Oh, 20 of them things is guaranteed.
Expect for him to have 4 interceptions this year. 13 pass breakups, 4 interceptions. Expect that from him this year.
Big talk. Big talk. I expect him to be the number 1 corner on our team. Because
he will be the number 1 corner.
He's going to be.
He will be the number 1 corner, but I can see the defense trying to do some certain shit, or they try to, throw in the window between him and boy we got from Buffalo, and that shit not working out. I don't see that shit working out for the other team. What up, Raider Knight?
What up, Raider Knight? Hey, I expect him to take on the wide receiver 1, or whoever they fast receiver is, or whoever, be that guy, and make them scheme away from you, similar to how you played this year. just be under the radar because I was watching him a long time. Hold on. Pizzle.
No,
Pizzle, it always does that, right? I don't know what it is. I told you, I think it has to do with you got to go in another browser because it is the link. Because even if I send you a new link, it's going to be the exact same link. So you have
it's
to
the
change
same one
browser.
from yesterday. It's the one I clicked yesterday. It's the same exact one, bro. And yes, Stokes is from Georgia too.
He's a dog.
He's a dog. He played 1 year with Dean and Quay. So his freshman year was their senior year. If I'm not mistaken. No. They played at the same time because he just came out of his rookie contract too. He just came out of his rookie deal as well. That's why we gave him an extension. We picked him up on his 5th-year option. So you talking about putting Georgia's defense back together, national championship defense, then yeah. You know what I mean? You run with that. Brock Bowers was there too.
So he's pretty much a veteran right now. Then he's a veteran in the league now. He's a veteran in the league now.
Yeah, this should be year 6 for him.
So another veteran voice that we'll have in the secondary, because we're gonna need all that. Because corner is a position that we do need, but Darien Porter, it's a mixed emotions with Darien Porter, and DCAM. So I don't know. Question for you guys: will there be a drop off because he got the bag? Because when you get the bag, sometimes players don't play so well after that.
I just put the link back in the
Let
group.
me know what y'all think in the chat. You think he gonna fall off a little bit, or it ain't gotta be drastic? But Dirty got him playing even better this year. And I'm kind of believing that. I think he's gonna be that guy. I think he's gonna be that guy, the guy that plays better after he got the bag. There's not a lot of guys that's like that.
No, it ain't. It ain't a whole lot out there like that. That's why I was sure hoping we would have got, another one of these phenomenal corners that was, in free agency. But hey, it's cool. There's about 15 in the draft that are worth drafting. You know what I mean? The first 15 corners. Well, the first 5. No. First 3 out of this world. Next 7, really good, really great. You know what I mean? Really great. And the last, I want to say last 5 service, decent. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be mad at it. So, we'll see. Yeah, we got to get one. We need one. But people saying Porter, but Porter didn't impress me last year, bro. He didn't impress me, and
James.
He was a Pete Carroll guy. You know what I mean? He was a guy that Pete Carroll wanted, not necessarily what we wanted. So, and I still don't like the fact that the kid has only played corner 2 years. And wasn't that good at it. So should have left his ass a wide receiver, but that just goes to show how bad were you of a wide receiver that they put you at corner.
Hey, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button for your boys. We are here doing this thing pre-draft night. Gonna hit the like button for your boy.
Pre-draft. Y'all better make sure y'all tune in tomorrow at 4:30, man. Starting No Raider Man channel at 4:30. Y'all better tune in.
Yeah, so hit the subscribe button as well. Subscribe, because now See, I'm doing all the technical. I'm laying the foundation right now. I'm laying the foundation because the reason why I'm doing this so thoroughly, notes and all, because once the Raiders get to the point where everybody finally gonna realize how good we are, I'm gonna be like, look, this is where it all started. Dirty already in Vegas with it. He already told he already let it be known. He on a pre-bandwagon. And I was like, last year, I was like, I'm not even gonna go, y'all. But they was like, you gotta go. So I was like, I'm gonna sit in the back, but I'm telling y'all, Chip Kelly gonna flip the van over. I'm telling y'all. But whatever, right? This year, I'm leaving early, but I'm gonna find out Dirty was already there. I thought I was gonna be the early bird, but he's already there. So I'm telling y'all, this is the foundation right here. We are gonna be a good team. I'm telling you, it's not gonna look like how we've been looking, like these 3 wins in the last 2 years. We should get 6 wins at least. Like, come on now. Like our bar is so low now that I'd be happy if we get 3-4 wins. Like what? Even if I was on a weak team, I wouldn't even feel like our team is gonna win 3 or 4 games coming into the season. So
I got Devin Moore in the top 15, Bruce.
Join the club.
I got Devin Moore in the top 15. Raider Knight. You can replace Dylan Laube via UDFA. You don't even have to draft a running back to replace him. You can replace him via UDFA. The kid's not that good. I don't know what everybody saw in him. I never saw it. I'm at a loss. Every time he got on the field, he made a mistake or he coughed up the ball or he made a turnover, but he never did anything good in the regular season. He is a preseason player. Leave his ass on the damn practice squad or let him go. Straight up.
Let the hoe go.
Let the hoe go. Stop saving him. Take the cape off. Get out the phone booth. Take the cape off.
Don't your first words be let that hoe go.
Let the hoe go.
What
so,
up,
all right, speaking of
down.
Should we let the hoe go? Not to say Darien Porter is a hoe, but I'm just saying, should we let him go because he was a project player for the Raiders last year, right? But he was a 3rd round pick, 68th overall out of Iowa State. So he was a straight conversion player, like Dirty said. He was at a wide receiver for 3 years of college, and then they stuck him at corner, right? So by the end of the rookie season, he has emerged as a legitimate starter.
Fuck no.
Legitimate-ish.
No. Look,
just because Johnson's not going to play on the outside, right?
I know. I'm just saying.
We got Stokes.
Just because you start don't make you a starter. You know what I mean? Just because you start don't make you a bona fide starter, bro. That just means you can't be considered a starter if you start one game, you don't play for 4, then you come in and start another game, and you don't play for another 5 games after that because you got pulled before halftime and you're not a starter.
You're talking about that running back that came in and then dropped the ball on the first time he ever ran?
We're talking about Porter right now. We're talking about the corner who keeps getting yanked and benched.
No, that was Caillou. Kelly got yanked.
They both. What that tell you? If Caillou Blue was starting over you.
Ouch.
Well, because Caillou was a true corner already, right? So Caillou started the season.
He is a true corner.
Caillou started the season, then they put Porter in, right? And then Porter was having blues, so they put Caillou back in, and then Caillou got right back out, and Porter got back in. That's what happened.
And both of them was trash.
Rookie.
Rookie mistakes.
Let's look at his PFF performance. He finished with a 54.4. Oh, you tripping.
Nutty one. What's up, brother?
That boy said put Dante Thornton in that corner.
You can't catch anyway.
I think Thornton's gonna ball this year. He's gonna play good this year. I won't say he's gonna ball, but
I hope so.
So Darien Porter, 54.4 overall defensive grade, which ranked 90th out of 114 qualifying cornerbacks.
90.
While that number is low, and that's typical for a rookie, man.
No, that ain't typical.
Job, man.
That ain't typical for a good rookie. It might be typical for your average rookie.
Grade was 59.5, which is okay for him, right?
No, don't say okay for him. That shit is not okay in the NFL, bro. It is not okay for nobody to have those type of numbers in the NFL. It's not okay. It's not.
42 tackles. You have 42 tackles. 29 solos. 29. 3 pass defended and 1 fumble recovery. No picks.
Of course not.
Which that's what he need to learn. He got to take the ball away.
How many touchdowns he give up?
I don't know. I need to look that up. That's a good stat to track.
How many penalties did he? How many penalties did he have?
He started 10 games. That's what y'all look those the extra ancillary what they call it, advanced analytics.
It's like him and Caillou switched every week at who was gonna start, bro.
He started 10 games, man.
I know.
He started the last 7 at that.
Because Caillou was trash.
And in the final 5 weeks, he played over 90% of the defensive snaps.
And we was getting blown. Weren't we
trying to lose those games?
We was getting blown on that side.
I'm just saying.
Well, he allowed an 87.6 passer rating when targeted. While he was beaten for 19 receptions, his elite 4.3 speed allowed him to recover on several plays, man. That's what I noticed. When he was getting burnt, at least he didn't get burnt for touchdowns.
He ain't no Amik.
He is not Amik. Bring back Amik. We should have never got rid of Amik.
Raider Knight, that's crazy. You and I said it at the same time. No, he ain't no
Bring
Amik.
back Amik.
He ain't Amik.
All right, so what do we expect out of him? What do we expect out of him this year? Okay. So he's no longer a project no more. So he gotta be a boy. So them low numbers, no excuses for him. I gotta feed you to the dogs.
He's still a project. He just ain't a first year project anymore. He's still a project.
Okay, I go with that. Yeah, you're right.
Because he ain't proven nothing. He hasn't proved a damn thing. They got this coaching staff got the position coach for corners. They got a lot to go in and revamp and work on with these kids, man. Because when you look at it, they lack the 3 simple fundamental, ways to play fucking corner, bro. They don't have it. They're not physical enough to jam at the line. They cannot recognize route setups. And none of them, except for Stokes, can play within 3 yards of the line. They don't know how. So them 3 fundamental keys to playing corner: being physical, being able to recognize route setups, and being able to play within 3 to 5 yards of the offensive line. If you can't do that, there's no reason for you to be a corner. None.
Yeah.
I don't like soft corners, bro. I played corner. I played corner hard. I like to hit. I like to get physical at the line. I don't mind getting a motherfucking face mask for slamming a dude on the fucking ground by his face mask because he wanted to try me. I don't care. I'm physical like that. So that's what I want to see from my corners. I don't want to see no 11 yards off the ball on 3rd and 2. I don't want to see that.
Tell me about it.
I ain't trying to see that. You playing deeper than this damn safety. Why?
Automatic first down.
Well, the man is next up, whether we like it or not, right?
Yeah.
Right. He's the guy. He's the guy for now, right? So he's the guy that really coming into camp right now has the world in his hand, especially being in the position that he's in, because it's not normal for you to, not be a true corner, and now you got a chance to. You already went through your BTA last year, so now you got to get some picks. You got to get 2 or 3 picks this year. You got to get some pass defenses. I don't expect you not to get burnt sometime.
If we draft get burnt all the time, round, he's not starting. I'll tell you that right now. If we draft a corner in the 2nd or 3rd round, Porter's not starting.
Yeah, he might not. You're right. You're
looking for a linebacker or a corner in the 3rd round? Which one do you want to get?
I'll take either one. I prefer a corner. Honestly, I prefer a corner.
So wait a minute. We need a D tackle, safety, corner. What order would you guys draft it?
That order right there: D tackle, then corner or safety, whichever one you want. But we need to tackle first.
We need a receiver.
Yeah, well,
so we're not gonna draft no offense.
Yeah,
I guess the 3rd, because that's where we got
Mendoza.
The most picks.
You drafted Mendoza. That's all the offense you need right now.
No, we need a receiver.
I think we got plenty of receivers.
We need a big receiver.
I think we need 3 picks in the 1st round.
Oh
You just say it.
So, Darien Porter, it's on you, man. It's on you. It all depends on the draft, though, too. He definitely gonna be paying attention to the draft.
Yeah, he better be, because he's gonna get replaced.
You're not physical. You're not physical.
But now, he's a good special teams player too, though. So
with that 4.3 speed, he should be able. What's funny? Came out, he ran the 40, and then he bounced to got in his golf cart and rolled away. He ran like a 4.2 or 4.3, but he's a little bit different of a corner than this. Dion would come up on the line and give you a little bump and run. He wasn't worried. He had that catch-up speed. He wasn't worried about you getting behind him because he could catch up. Well, that's what this guy's got to figure out, is whether or not he can catch up to those guys or not.
So, if we feel like that about him, how do we feel about DCam? DCam Richardson. I mean, he's a depth at corner, special teams mostly. I don't like our depth being so shallow. Let me just start there. Another fast guy, 4.3 guy, right? Yeah, we need corners bad.
What up, Bueno? Yeah, we do.
So we picked him up in the 4th round, though. Let's see what his PFF grade was.
What up, Willie Wayne? How you doing, man?
He had under 200 snaps, and then he earned a 77 overall defensive grade. Small sample size, he allowed a 56.3 rating for the when targeted, and only giving up a handful of receptions all season. 11 tackles, but most of them was on kickoff, so we don't know. So he played in 15 games. He missed 2 games in the first part of the season, week 3 and 4. due to hamstring, but he stayed healthy for the rest of the year. No picks, no pass breakups, nothing. But what do we expect from him? More special teams. Get his technique together. Get some reps. Get better in camp.
Get the technique better. That's the number one he's got to work on, man. Get that technique right. And hopefully this coaching staff will come in here and coach these guys up, man. Because that's what we're relying on right now. He's got talent, but he's got to get somebody in there to pull that talent out of him. Someone's got to be able to teach him how to get to that talent.
That's fact. So, what's your projection? Do you think what's your guys' projection for DCAM this year? Do you think he even make the team, or does he take a step forward? I think he take a step forward. I think any player that's playing for the Raiders this year is going to get better. We definitely took 2 steps back last year, or at least 1 step. The year before that, we took 2. Or it could be the other way around. Either way it go, we took like 3-4 steps the last couple of years. So, and the coaching staff didn't really help.
No
offense, but defense. I don't not as much because still have Rob Leonard. Rob Leonard was the D-line coach. He wasn't the secondary coach. So maybe if we have new coaches now, I don't know. Hopefully they can get coached up. But from what I understand, things is cracking in camp already because Ice Cube, he not even letting the Raiders wear the logos on the side of their helmets right now. You got to earn being a Raider.
Nice.
I like that. So they running around with just gray helmet on. No
silver
logo.
Helmet. Silver, bro. Not
silver,
gray.
I'm sorry. I'm
Come
sorry.
on, man.
Come on, man. What you talking about, man? Yeah, so now, is that an old Shelby Fizzle?
No, it's a 67 Camaro Raider night.
So he's not even letting them wear that. So I like that. So what's our projection for DCAM this year? And I spelled his name wrong.
Well, hopefully he's able to step up and be a part of the crew, man. You know, but if he ain't able to, then we're gonna have to move on.
What they say? They don't call it show friends; they call it show business.
Well, it's not for long, right? NFL, not for long. So you got to step up or step on.
Right. All right. So those are our corners. That's worth mentioning right now. And let's get to the safety position, the controversial, much needed safety position. Let's see.
Dirty's over there scrambling around looking for some papers or a lighter.
You hearing? So the safety room is currently the thinnest part of the roster. So we looking to add some bodies to that room. And we got to do that real soon. And I think we're going to address that in the draft. But for the ones that we do have there right now, Jeremy Chinn was the leader of the safeties this year. I didn't see that coming like that. First of all, I like Jeremy Chinn, right? And we used him right.
Excuse me.
Actually, I'm glad we used him right because I didn't know if we was going to use him right or not. And so, to Pete Carroll and them credit, they actually used him right. So, check out a couple plays he made last year, and we'll talk about
the speed of these guys and the talent. Jones on first down, throwing open in between a couple of Raider defenders is Ashton Doolin, and he hangs on despite the tough hit from Jeremy Chinn.
This is a great play on both sides. Good throw, good catch by Doolin being tough. The soft spot in the 2-deep zone coverage, but also Chinn makes him feel it.
And motion to the left.
Right
Throws off an open receiver. Doolin, he's drilled and hung on to it at the Raiders 40. Jeremy Chinn drilled him on the shoulder pads.
Matlock in front of him. And he swarmed on the Raiders. Came right off the edge and made a third down stop. Jeremy Chinn.
Nice game. And
the funny thing about Chinn last year was I was like, where he at? Where he at? Dang, he got 9 tackles already. Dang, where he at? He was like a quiet assassin. He was out there. He was mixing it up. He was playing close to the line of scrimmage. He didn't have to worry about coverage as much, and that's why Pola-Mao got left on the island. That's my scheme, which is neither one of their fault, but it is what it is. So, Jeremy Chinn, how y'all felt about how he played this year?
I think he played pretty good. I mean, he got 100 plus tackles at the safety position. That's a lot of tackles for a safety. So, you know, he's laying the wood down right there.
Oops, there goes another rubber tree. Oops, there goes another rubber tree. Oops, there goes another rubber tree plant.
Hey, Raider Knight want to know if we earned the Raider Shield yet. Yep, I've earned my Raider Shield. I'm so Raider. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know nothing or remember nothing about this. I'm so Raider, but I sit on my helmet still. That's how Raider I am. You don't know nothing about that. Let's talk about Jeremy Chinn. Let's see.
There go my shield right there. There go my shield right there.
His PFF performance grade. Jeremy Chinn. I was about to say Jeremy Shield. Jeremy Chinn. 67.6 overall defensive grade. Ranked him 39th out of 98 qualified safeties. 69.3 run defense score. His coverage grade was 64.1. Where it needs some room for improvement.
Yeah.
Them slot receivers are running. Them slot receivers are running by him.
I think that.
He had 104. Huh? Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think his lack of play had, lack of numbers had a lot to do with our linebacking core being as bad as it was, as well as our corners not being all that good either, as well as Pola-Mao also getting caught off guard a lot as well. Jeremy Chinn is a free safety, bro. That's what he is. He's a free safety that likes to hit. We played him at strong way too much. That's out of his, but that's because he hit harder and tackled better than Pola-Mao. Right? So I think he does. I think he does.
Oh,
and that's simply because, truthfully, Pola-Mao's not a safety. He's not a safety. You know what I mean? So, he was a safety in college, but he played a lot of linebacker. You know what I mean?
He's a box safety just like Jeremy Chinn.
Yeah, but Jeremy Chinn's better at it.
Well, okay. Jeremy Chinn is better at it for sure. He's been in the league longer, and Eric, you're right. He do hit. Now, Pola-Mao be laying the wood too, though, for sure.
He do too.
But the reason why I'm so skeptic about it, because I think Pola-Mao got better coverage than Jeremy Chinn. Because I promise you, if Jeremy Chinn was a free safety, he would have been looking terrible.
I don't think so.
He don't play free. Because when he was in Washington, he was getting manipulated.
Didn't he have 2 picks this year?
Who?
Chinn, 1 or 2?
Let's see. I don't think he had that place. Okay, Google. Did Jeremy Chinn have any interceptions this year? Yeah, see, you only had one last year. I mean, the year before that with the Commanders. Because I was paying attention because I was watching. Well, I guess everybody was at that time.
He's a box safety.
Here's my shield right here. See that?
You're gonna make me go in my.
But I feel like Jeremy Chinn can play. I think he played good at free. I do. I believe he plays good at free. Now, my only thing is, if you can go out and get a bona fide free safety, you leave Jeremy Chinn right where he is. You know what I mean? Up around the line, play him in the box. But if I gotta decide between him and Pola-Mao, I'd rather drop Jeremy Chinn back, bro. Because I just didn't like what Pola-Mao did last year, bro. He had a lot of unnecessary penalty flags for stupid hits. You know what I mean? You can't do that at safety, bro, especially on a third down. You can't do that, bro. You just can't. You know, we all know what a defenseless receiver looks like, bro.
Oh, come on now. We know all right. So, Zay, what up with you? He said he would have kept Merritt even with his contract. Chinn, all right, though, but we need a true free safety. We got none but box safeties. Facts. That's why we in a quandary right now. That's why I started this live with what I said about Pola-Mao. He's an odd man out. He might end up getting traded. But I'm gonna even go another step further once we finish talking about Jeremy Chinn about what's about to happen to Pola-Mao, which I hope don't happen to Pola-Mao anyway. But
well, hopefully our defensive,
and I will answer y'all questions about the drafts in a couple.
Hopefully our defensive staff will coach him up and use him the way that he should be used.
Yeah. Hey, so Dirty, when you play corner, I played corner too, right? I played corner too. And so have you ever transitioned to safety from corner?
Yep.
So you know that it's way easier to miss tackles at safety. I'm talking about free safety, not strong safety. Free safety than it is.
Honestly, you shouldn't be making tackles at free safety, bro. You shouldn't be making tackles at free safety.
I'm glad you saying that. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. He should not have to be making tackles at safety, right? But we know he was because he had 90-some tackles last year.
Only thing you should be making at safety is hits and breakups and interceptions. You should not be making tackles.
Your two safeties shouldn't have 200 tackles. And that leads to what y'all was saying earlier. Our linebackers was ass.
Mm-hmm. Well,
bro, I don't think I've ever reached 100 tackles in a season at safety, bro.
Let me tell y'all a story.
Safety, no.
Let me tell y'all a quick story.
I think the defensive line get safety. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Because I ain't gonna forget the story. Go ahead. My bad.
I was just saying that our defensive line wasn't helping our linebackers either. You know, they weren't sucking up they weren't taking those double teams, and they were letting those guys off the blocks. Then they couldn't, and then sometimes they're plugging the wrong hole. Then they got to come out of the gap and try and make a tackle from behind. Just not reading the play right. Not doing shit right.
You know who responsibility that is, though, Pizzle? That's the linebacker's fault. That's the green dot nigga.
Yeah.
If he don't get the defensive line lined up in the correct position, of course they're not gonna succeed. That's on the linebackers, bro. That's completely on the linebackers, bro. And the fact that when the defensive line did do its job, the linebackers still failed to do theirs. Missing tackles, and then here comes fucking Jeremy Chinn making a tackle 18 yards down the field.
Or Pola-Mao, who shouldn't be doing it.
You know what I'm saying, bro? If my linebacker hits the fucking running back in the backfield, why did the motherfucking running back just teleport 20 yards down the fucking field? Not run, but teleport.
I just know when I played free safety, right? This goes to not wanting to have 90-some tackles. You never had 90 tackles at free safety. It was this one game I was playing, and I played my whole career without being injured, except for one time. I had a high ankle sprain in camp one time, but it was cool. I'm talking about during the season. I was playing free safety, and they kept running this play that the dude kept coming like through the gap, and I'm telling them like, bro, they keep countering this gap, they keep powering this gap, they keep tossing this gap, they keep everything, right? So I'm keep making these tackles. And so the one time that I sat there and saw this motherfucker run through the whole game, I said, this motherfucker running through the whole again. So he running right at me because I'm keep hitting him. I keep hitting him, talking shit. So I'm sitting there like, I'm pissed now. I don't even run to attack him. And, like they said, when you play like that, you get injured. And sure enough, the dude ran up on me, tackled him. He ran me over. Not ran me over like that, but I went backwards when I sprained my knee for the simple fact that at a safety, free safety, you don't want to keep making tackles. I had made like 3 tackles in a row, and they keep running this gap. And I was just pissed at it, and I was just sitting there mad and got injured. And I'm just saying all that to say, if your free safety got 90 tackles, that's an issue, and that's going to mess up you in coverage. It's going to kill you in coverage.
I'd have to agree to that.
So let's see. Zay says, nah. Why does one come up?
I ain't with you on that.
They don't want you to see. Let me see if it won't come out. All right, here we go. Say, nah, I ain't with you on that one. Chinn definitely ain't no free. He struggled in Carolina playing deep. He was already in Washington playing in the box. Yeah, that's how I remember him.
That's why I said like he's a box safety, bro. But I believe in him at free. If we're just putting him and Pola-Mao and who I gotta choose to play free, I'm gonna ask Chinn to play free, bro. I gave Pola-Mao a chance last year. I didn't like it, and I love Pola-Mao, bro. I love his physical play, but I think it's more of a box play than it is back at free. And I feel like Jeremy Chinn could play free a little bit better. Not a whole lot better. But if we comparing the two, I like Jeremy Chinn at free safety. He's a little bit faster. You know what I mean? And he can get his hands on the ball.
Faster than Pola-Mao.
Pola-Mao got some interceptions, but they off tips. You know what I mean?
He's not faster than Pola-Mao, though.
I think he is. Look, 40 speed means nothing to me. Game speed means everything.
I've been waiting on you. You been waiting on me? You are. Why? You gonna chew me out? Nah, nigga. But nah. So, but that's arguable though.
Roll up.
I just don't like the fact that Pola-Mao came in playing one position, took a position, then they moved him to another position, and then we expected him to keep getting better when we really start. He really was undrafted. Then he took a nigga position at strong, and then they moved him to free, which is way harder than strong, and they're different complexities. So I think it's just unfair to grade him the way we do, but his numbers say something different than what I'm talking about right now. So at the end of the day, I might be talking bias or with my heart, but I think that we better not mess with him. We better not get rid of him. I know that.
I'm doing something new this year, Black. I'm doing something new this year, man. I love a lot of players, bro. Love them to death, man. You know what I mean? I think they're good, solid people on and off the field, right? But I am not going to let that stand in my way this year of being 100% honest about the way motherfuckers play. And as much as I like Pola-Mao, I have to be. Look, he got enough yes men around him. He got enough yes men around him. Yeah, I guarantee you he got at least 5 people that's hanging around him that's yes guys that won't tell him what's wrong in fear of not being around anymore, right? I'm not around.
You don't think he know? You don't think he know that he played bad last year?
And see, and that's the thing. Did he really play bad? Did he really play bad last year?
You want to know why
the defense just stink up the joint? Let's just be honest. Did he really play bad last year, or did the defense just stink up the joint? Because I really feel like Pola-Mao had a bad year last year, and I feel like that had a lot to do. Like, I feel like our corners really sucked last year because of our linebackers.
I think we had terrible scheme. Hey, do y'all remember that game with Kansas City when that dude ran that route that looked like a S? Y'all don't remember? When dude ran around Pola-Mao because he ran like a S route or something. They made up the route. That's what they was doing to him, because we don't need to have a one high safety unless we got a true free safety.
Snake route.
There we go.
He ran a snake route.
There you go. And it's easy to do that to a strong safety. It's easy to do that to a free safety. You could do that, especially that route dude ran. But at the end of the day, if we shouldn't be having one high safeties a lot of the time when we don't have no true free safety. So my question is for y'all though. Oh wait, we was talking. Oh, I want to answer Red or Knight's question about what's up with Johnson. Is he going to be the starting corner now? We talked about him a little early at the beginning. So for the people that was on the playback, team playback, here we was talking about him, but he's going to look like he's probably going to be the slot corner.
He's not.
So we're trying to figure out what we need to do to solidify the other quarter, because if not, it's going to be Porter. And I think the nation is 50-50 on that guy. Yeah, I think.
No, they're not.
The
Purple. You know what I mean? No, they're not. You know, that's why Ronnie Lott is one of my all-time favorites, bro. You know what I mean? I play defense. I literally transferred over to defense because of Ronnie Lott, bro. That's no cap, bro. I literally flipped from offense to defense because of Ronnie Lott, bro.
Yeah,
he's from Sac. I didn't know he was from Sac.
Who?
Taron.
Oh yeah, Taron is. I was gonna say Ronnie Lott. Hell nah. Ronnie Lott from motherfucking Fontana.
Taron is from Sac. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Bay Area-ish. So the question I have for the chat and for you guys as well.
Well, hold on a second. Let me address this. The other problem is the reason why these players aren't physical like they used to be is because they don't let them dress in pads and shit. They don't do the same kind of things that they used to do back in the 80s and the early 90s like they do now.
No, that's one reason, but the main reason is it's not a sport anymore, Pizzle.
Yeah, no, I know, it's entertainment.
It's entertainment. It's not a sport anymore.
Yeah, they ran that XFL shit, and they see that's why they always interviewing the coaches on the way into the locker room at halftime. They took certain shit from that XFL shit and implemented in the NFL. You're absolutely right.
I was just up there this weekend, bro. It's in a city that start with a T. Turlock. Yeah, I was just up in Turlock this weekend.
Yeah, Turlock.
Yeah.
You know, Jeremy Chinn playing for a contract right now too.
Oh yeah, he got to. He has to.
This is last year of his contract, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he playing for a contract. So
somewhere. It ain't necessarily got to be here, but he's playing for a contract somewhere. He's playing for another opportunity. So you can expect this is, when people playing for a contract, bro, they ball out.
Right.
They usually
question, did Chinn surprise you guys this season?
No.
Surprised he was so horrible. I'm just kidding.
Didn't surprise me this year.
I wouldn't think he was horrible this year.
No,
I think I was.
He had 100 and something tackles, dude, at the strong safety position. That's a lot of fucking tackles, bro.
Yeah, it is.
That's a lot of tackles.
Tackling few.
Yeah, I mean, come on. And then what? Devin White had 100 plus tackles too, right? Or linebacker, Devin White,
154, something like that.
He had a hell of a lot of tackles. I mean, you know, Jesus Christ. I mean, that's a lot of gap. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, they had over 300 tackles between the two of them. That's crazy. When you got some people who can't even get 13 tackles.
Okay, 209. Let's see. 209. He said if Taron's health, he gonna be the best slot in a minute. Yep. I agree. All right, let's get to the man of the hour. Let's look at my man.
Booker's going to come up to set it up, and Crosby is going to wrap inside. So you see the pressure, and Drake May really can't step into it. And on the back end, it's Pola-Mao, who's just sitting there in two deep coverage, reading the quarterback, makes a play on the football.
Lawrence in trouble, throws, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Pola-Mao just stood there and watched the ball go into his arms.
That's our number one pick right there tomorrow night.
Oh, God.
Tomorrow night, fellas, it's on.
I think I'll be here. I think I'll be here until we get ready to pick, and then I'm gonna leave. And then I'll be back.
You leave after the pick. You leave before the pick and come back and pick number 2.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
All right, Pola-Mao. Pola-Mao. They put a lot on his plate this year. They put a lot on his plate.
Wasn't it his third year?
1,081 snaps. The second most on the team. What'd you say?
That was his second or third year last year, right?
Who?
Pola-Mao's third year?
Nah, hell nah.
The second year.
Like his fourth
or fifth.
This is his fifth year right here.
Oh wow! I thought it was his third or fourth year coming in.
Nah, he came in. He came in with Groot.
Okay. So then, yeah, he needs to step up or get on.
Yeah. So his PFF. All right, brace yourself, fellas. Matter of fact, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button right now before I say what I gotta say, because I'm about to defend this somehow. His PFF performance, he earned a 39.8 overall defensive grade, ranked 97.8 quarter-five safeties.
39, bro.
Primarily dragged down by a 30.2 coverage grade.
Oh, whoa. Wait a minute. Start over, please. Start over again. Start at the top. Please.
He earned a 39.8 overall defensive grade, ranked 97th out of 98 qualified safeties. This is primarily dragged down by a 30.2 coverage grade. All right, here's his stats. He had 92 total tackles. That was the third most on the team. 2 picks and 4 pass defenses. See, those numbers should be high, and those tackles should be lower. He allowed 582 yards and a 115.1 passer rating for targeting. And he also struggled finishing plays, 17 missed tackles.
God damn. You said he had a passer rating of 117?
115.1.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That means he's. Oh my God!
But he did have a good week where he had like a 78.2 PFF grade against the Browns in week 4.
Oh, that was against the Browns. I can see why.
So heading into this season, the Raiders have to make a decision with Pola-Mao because he got a 4.3.6 calorie $1 million cap hit.
What's that song they play at the club when they turn on the lights? It's time to go.
But look, he's a fan favorite, and his role is expected to shift significantly. They're gonna put him in the box probably. But with that being said, if they put him in a box, guess what? He's gonna have to come off the bench now. So his run defense grade was 66.5, which is
a D.
Pretty decent.
That's a D.
Because what was Chinn's? What was Chinn's?
You tell us.
Chinn's was going on.
You got the info. You tell us.
I don't know. I don't
69, know. 69.3.
That's a D plus.
It's a C.
A D plus. It's still a D. It's just got a plus on it.
So,
because anything under 70 is a D plus. Yeah, we all know that. 70 is a C minus. You know what I mean? 70 is a C minus. So anything under 70 is terrible. But a 39, that's an F.
That's
not even a D. That's a fucking F.
That's an F minus.
I don't even think they. That's actually not even an F. It's an I. It's an incomplete. That is an incomplete. That means you went to school for 2 weeks and you missed the rest of the year because you got shot and you was in a coma, and so they had to give you.
Because he was playing out of position, man. That's what it really boils down to. And now, unfortunately, we have 2 box safeties, and now he's going to come off the bench. It is what it is.
Not, bro. Those numbers are unacceptable.
If you're out of position, you're not going to do good at it. So
let's see.
No one's justifying it. I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying it is what it is. So he's not going. Because what we're arguing is that he played bad at free safety, and he's not going to play free safety no more. So
I don't even think we're arguing. Honestly,
no, not you.
We are.
No. It's not an argument. You're right. I'm just saying the argument itself. I mean, like the statement itself. I don't think it's a moot point because he's not playing free safety no more. Like the NFL proved it with the stats. And I'm pretty sure Kubiak and Rob Leonard understands the assignment too. So I don't think so. With that being said, it's going to be a competition in camp between those two.
I think I don't think Maxx is going to get traded this year. I know that everybody.
Here we go.
I was just getting ready to address that too, but I was trying to wait till we finish the Pola-Mao, and then I was.
Go ahead. You can go ahead. It's all good.
Yeah, let's finish the Pola-Mao, and then we can come back to this one, Black.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. And so now Pola-Mao, his contract is coming up too. So are the Raiders going to Raider? Because if he does come off the bench, right, that means his value won't be as high, and we can re-sign him, right?
Does he want to stay?
That's what I'm thinking.
Does he want to stay and take that pay cut though?
He better.
He's gonna have
playing the way. And then this year he's not gonna. This year his numbers are gonna probably dramatically drop because those 90 tackles gonna go down to about 40, 45.
Now, here's the thing. Not necessarily. Like I said, if he puts on 25 pounds, he can play outside linebacker. Yeah. Yeah,
he can play just like Devin White played last year. He ain't got to put on no weight, none of that. But he do. Nah.
I think he would have to put on at least 25 pounds to play that linebacker position, bro. Truthfully, because a safety don't walk. A safety don't walk around with that much weight, bro. A safety
25 pounds is a lot.
But he's done it though. That's the thing about it. He's done it.
He's always been a skinny kid, bro.
Yeah, but y'all remember when offseason came around and it was his contract season and we extended his shit and they said he came in 25 pounds heavier, you know what I mean, full of muscle, ready to play. You know what I mean? And when we initially was using him, we used him a lot in the box, but played him a lot like a linebacker. Same thing they did at USC with him. Because I watched it. I'm a Trojan fan. And that's exactly how we used it. Huh?
Trojan man.
Hey, Magnums, I hope.
They make Trojans, they make Magnums.
That's what I said. Magnums, I hope.
Yeah.
If you say Magnum, you're talking Trojan. Lifestyle does not fucking make Magnum.
Right.
Okay, it is named something else. It is Magnum is a Trojan all day, every day. Trojan man.
So put on. So let's see how much he weighed. Okay, Google. How much does
205
Isaiah Pola-Mao weigh?
He should be 205, between 190 and 205.
Pola-Mao for the Raiders, man.
Might have to say his whole name.
Yeah, he's 205. Yeah, he do need to put on like 20 pounds.
I told you. He's 205, bro.
You need to put on like 20 pounds.
20 pounds.
Yeah.
He has the frame. His frame can support another 25 pounds, bro. He is Pacific Islander. His bones in his body can support another 20 to 25 pounds, bro.
So, what do you think the Raiders going to do with him?
If you smart, you draft a true free safety. You play Chinn in the box. You put 20 pounds on Pola-Mao, and you play him an outside linebacker on the field with Jeremy Chinn at the same time.
But if he don't put on the 20 pounds, then what?
Then he comes off the bench, like you said.
Yeah.
Then he takes a pay.
He's not gonna outplay Jeremy Chinn, bro. Jeremy Chinn got a whole lot more to lose right now. He's not going to.
Yeah, you're right.
He's got a lot more to lose right now. He's not going to let Pola-Mao outplay him.
Yeah,
bro. He's not.
You might would have caught him on a non-contract season. Yeah, non-contract year, right. You might have caught it. It might have been close enough where it been arguable. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think he's just outright better than him. No, I'm not saying that.
No, but he is purely more motivated this year.
But see, I think Pola-Mao can get more interceptions, and that's where he could possibly show.
He's not getting those in the box. He got those at free safety. They were both gifts. Both of them were gifts. They weren't like he put himself in, it's not like he fought for them. They were gifts.
Yeah, but the year before, though, when he was in the box, the year before when he was in the box getting picks, he was getting those in the box, though. I'm just saying that I think he's just more of a ball hawk.
Interception is an interception, right? He's not a ball hawk. Please don't say.
I'm just saying he's more of a ball hawk than Jeremy Chinn.
No, neither one of them have the right to say ball hawk in the sentence of at all.
Okay, I think that he's more. He's gonna have more picks than him.
They ball pigeons. They ball pigeons, bro.
Ball pigeons. That's
they pigeons, bro. You know what I mean? They not even doves. They pigeons. You know what I mean?
Chat. Let's get to the draft question. So what do you think about Pola-Mao? Ultimately, put it in the chat. I don't know. That's going to be the player to watch this year. I wouldn't be surprised that we trade him.
I don't think he's tradable.
Not with no 39 fucking passer rating, bro.
He's not fucking tradable, bro.
Okay.
He's not tradable.
I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, somebody agrees with you. Raider Shield says, I agree. He should put on some weight and be able to play a robber or big nickel. Yeah, I think he's going to play in big nickel regardless. Yeah, but
he's definitely a rotational safety if he doesn't put on the weight, but he's not a starter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
he should stay for another 2 seasons. I agree. Maybe get like a 1-year extension or something.
Look, I'm telling you, if he puts on the 20 pounds and go play linebacker and shines, bro, he'll be here for another 3-4 years. Right. See, look, he's playing for a contract too. He's playing for a contract extension too, right? If your best chance to get on the field is to add 20 pounds and play linebacker and shine, then do it. Because if you're not going to get the chance to shine sitting on the bench behind Jeremy Chinn, you have no bargaining chip with any NFL team next year.
Yeah. I like Chinn. I got my money on my boy.